Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play the Langrisser, the computer's turn. Now, I'm not sure how good Pain is going to be at destroying this woman on the left here. I say on the left, it's on the right of the screen, but it's the left of the two women. Just justify myself there. But he's got spells he can toss in to help. One ballista will probably be in range, so maybe he'll be able to do this. So it seems Alhazard has not been truly resurrected yet. I think this is more because of what Berza was saying, in that Bernhardt cannot wield Alhazard properly. Apparently it requires the Dark Master to actually be able to control Alhazard. He probably has the strength of the sword, but he probably doesn't have the ability to control. Now, he's very wisely sat upon the throne. That gives him a 40% defense bonus and makes him nigh on unkillable. However, I have a counter to this. It's called Hain. It's called meteoring his chair to turn it into a crater. Craters with less defense than chairs. Fun fact for everyone there. Or maybe I could get Commander Archmage to just destroy it for me with a random earthquakes and just create holes in the floor. Now, we did allude to this happening. Many ballistas. They're all going to shoot at angels that can tank many ballistas. Means this turn's going to take a while, but that can't be helped. Keith will be able to move in next turn and kill the woman on the right. So long as he kills her, he'll be able to move in at least, because then the ballistas on the left won't be in range. You'll notice I am getting a little bit more careful with Keith, and I'm not just going, ah, in you go, Keith. And then going, oh damn, ballistas, and then watching him die. That seemed to be my sort of quirk that I like to do lately. This time, bit of methodical, bit of planning. I was going to have to sit through more ballista fire, but we have to do that. Okay, someone's going to spice things up and have a shot at Airwin. I'm not sure which units are going to be the most defensive against ballistas. Neither of them are really going to ever take any damage, just because of the nature of the units is incredibly defensive. But hey, she wants something to do, so we'll just let her have her fun. Ooh, we actually lost one. Interesting note about flanks: when they die, the little slit, which is black for their eyes, turns red. Now, I would like to imagine that is because they're trying to say he's been shot in the face, his head's exploded and his visor's filled up with blood. That's how I'm going to read that, in which case that's a nice little quirk they put in the game. Probably they just made a death animation and didn't twig that they changed the colour by mistake. But I prefer my turn of events. Not sure if the recording's going to pick this up, but every now and again the top middle angel loses half her face when she's being attacked by ballistas. Let's see if it happens again. Nah, she looks perfectly fine this time. Well, you fine folks have the ability to rewind. Oh no, there we go, there goes her face, look at that, wonderful stuff. Hopefully that picks up, otherwise I look like a fool. Now, one angel sitting on 9 isn't going to do much for me, because I like to clean sweep every ballista I come across. So that one may be reserved for taking down the commander, which obviously it can't do on its own, but chances are 10 won't be able to do on their own either. I'm not sure why that woman didn't cast a spell of any kind. She clearly could have. Clearly units in her range. I believe she could even hit Pain with a meteor, just directly on his head, which is normally what they want to do. Looks like we can actually attack with 2 ballistas. In which case this woman should fall. And I'm going to make double sure she does, with the following handy spell, which you don't see me use very much from Hain. Though from Jessica, she uses it all the time, but not now when I want her to use it. Good grief, no. So we're going to boost these guys up to another 5 attack on top of what they naturally have, giving them a ridiculously high attack, the kind of attack that might occasionally, once in a million years, dent Bernhardt. Now that's a really severe attack bonus, that is. No need for the second ballista, Haynes got this. Never underestimate the power of attack 2. One more MP for Haynes, you're never going to complain about MP for the spellcasters because meteors are expensive. Back when we were only casting fireballs at 2 and the occasional blizzard at 3, and we didn't need 40 MP. But now we're casting meteors at 8 and earthquakes at 12, it's good to have that extra MP. Now, every single ballista has charged forwards. This is good. I'm expecting somebody got damaged by a spell at some point because there were 2 earthquakes cast and they wouldn't cast an earthquake if it didn't hit anything. Yeah, okay, it hit 1 phalanx. Good use of 12 MP. Right then, let's finish off this other ballista if we can. If not, we have a 9 group ready to finish the job, but we haven't failed to kill a ballista yet. It only has 14 defense, so that's not too big of a surprise. Curse you, game! Why must I jinx myself so often? Right, what we're going to have to do in a minute is just count the 6 square range of the other set of ballistas and move Keith up a bit, because we want that command radius to cover the commander. Keith very close to that final class change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we can go nuts with this one. Up you go, Keith. Right, we need to make sure we kill the final ballista, or at least dent it enough so that it isn't going to turn around and kill Keith. Then we can finish off the commander, who will probably die in 1 angel swoop, because a minute ago I said it won't die in 1 angel swoop, then I remembered that the magician's attack against air is dreadful. So that should work for us. There we go, superb. As I expected, we lost an angel, but the attack comes so slowly, you're getting all 10 of your hits before the attack goes off. It's dreadful. If they did their normal ground attack, that'd be great. Still, surprisingly one of the first commanders to die, the second in fact. Don't count the monsters because they just ooh their way to death. Now we seem to be pushing up a lot faster than we're sort of covering our flanks, because tactically speaking we are dreadful now. Not sure what Cherie's going to do with all of her bandits, in all honesty. I don't really need them. I was expecting a bit of an ambush, but the only ambush on this level seemed to be Bernhardt, who killed Berza, so it was a 1-for-1 trade. Admittedly, Berza had no units, but still. Let's go for it. This are never going to kill Erwin. Hopefully we get a couple of attacks in from the utmost people. Utmost means frontmost. Just thought I'd coin a new fancy word for it. Attack with the one with 9 first. Let's see. No, actually, what am I doing? That's terrible. Attack with the one with 10 first, the one which can be double attacked. There we go. Now, I just explained what I was doing in a form which made good sense to me, but to everybody else probably was complete nonsense. There's method in my madness, namely that if I attacked, which I'll show you when I get the screen, if I used my group of 10 to attack that one and failed to kill it, I couldn't surround it with my other one. That was the point. Oh, I could have! Curse you, game, showing me up again. Now we do need to be a little bit careful with our bandits, which we have no use for, because they will die badly to the ballistas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I actually don't care much about the bandits. I do care a lot about Cherie, though, because Cherie could could, but that could quite likely die to, say, two ballista volleys. So a little bit of care there. We don't want Cherie dying or being knocked down so much as he spends 3 turns healing. Because I do need Cherie to help with old Bernhardt himself. She is one of the biggest hitters we've got. And Scott's duties are very simple. He just has to walk towards the front middle and be slowed down even more because he has stairs inside a cave. This is terrible news for Scott. I might be stretching Lester a little too far with his "you go solo Bernhardt, you can handle it, Lester." Because realistically, he's not bad, but he's a bit slow. Which means the archers are going to get more shots off on us than I would like. But we should be able to take the shots fairly well. But we are also going to be knocked down by constant magic, which will stop us from attacking with full groups of 10 HP. So, to counter this, I have a plan. Namely, Aaron is going to follow at a safe distance and toss in heal spells when needed. I could use Aaron to attack, but if I attack an archer with Aaron, then the archer's going to shoot back. That's not a good move. Gonna dance with death and gonna let the computer have their turn. Cutting close to the end time of the video here. Though we should be done with all the dialogue. The other plan we could use, of course, is to just wait for Egbert to exhaust all of his MP by just healing ourselves and sitting still. For a couple of turns. Seems we can take his meteors fairly well. I actually think our plan of charging forwards whilst having Aaron healing is pretty good, and we're not going to have to wait around for that MP. I think we can just go straight in and we'll be okay. Only taking 2 MP, only taking 2 damage every time is going to be fine for us because we can heal that back up very easily. The passive healing will sort most of the units out as long as we keep ourselves surrounded. And then a heal 1 spell will finish the job. So we are really pushing in now. Shouldn't be that long until we have just Bernhardt to go, who will undoubtedly take about 4 videos to finish off. This time we don't have Liana to summon a white dragon. She didn't last time, but she could have if we needed it. But we haven't lost anyone. This means that we can do spells from a lot of people. We could have Hain toss in a sexy beam. We could have a tornado coming out of Aaron. We could have a fireball from Keith. Then we could have attacks from Cherie and Erwin. We have a lot to try and bring him down. We could completely ignore that woman if we wanted to. She's never going to leave that spot. It's such a defensive sweet spot that they go, "Oh, stay in here." But even if you go and kill their leader and commander, they go, "I'm staying here. This is the best spot on the map." Which, tactically speaking, is a bit of a blunder. We're not going to do that, by the way. We're going to kill her. I just haven't decided what with. Maybe Cherie. She's got nothing better to do. Or maybe we could do something very fancy and take her out with a couple of angels and nothing else. No Keith. I imagine they could do it. Choices. Interestingly, this cave, when we are on a battling background, appears to be within the belly of hell itself, with flaming rivers of lava everywhere. Though on the actual screen there is no such thing, there is the occasional pool of water. Kind of odd. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you'll join me next time where we are killing this woman. I'll see you then.